Jesse, have you ever wondered why nobody takes you seriously?
My rotund yet pleasantly cuddly frame?
No.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Jesse, it's because you don't have a website.
A website?
Yes, a website. Your presence on the internet, your claim in this digital gold rush. You can't be taken seriously without a website. It's like being a country without a flag.
And I can't build a website. Maintaining my good looks takes all my free time.
Well, fortunately, there's a service that's used by complete novices and seasoned professionals alike. It's called Squarespace.
Squarespace?
Squarespace. So this thing is simple, powerful, and feature-rich. With Squarespace, you can easily put together a professional-looking site in no time at all.
So what you're telling me is I can create something without effort?
Well, yes, but I mean, if you actually put some work into it, it would probably be...
No effort it is. Sign me up.
Well, yes. You can start a trial without even having to enter a credit card number, and if you use the offer code COOPTIONAL, you can get 10% off your first purchase and support the podcast.
So I'm paying money to get paid money?
I mean, when you put it like that,
Genius! I've invented perpetual money!
Jesse, please calm down. You're scaring the viewers. Squarespace. Design your own website where the only limit is your capacity for ideas. Get 24/7 support, enjoy a simple and powerful interface, and a site that works and scales beautifully on any device. Best of all, it's only $8 a month, and you can save 10% on your first purchase at squarespace.com/cooptional. Thanks to Squarespace for their generous support of the Co-optional podcast. Squarespace. Start here, go anywhere. Hi, Dodger. You look busy.
TB, don't bother me right now. This is a really important job.
What's the job exactly?
Mugs.
Mugs is not a job.
It is to me. You don't understand. I have thousands of mugs and no way to properly catalog them or share them with potentially millions of people online who are totally interested in them.
Okay, so two things. One, have you considered therapy? Two, have you considered Squarespace?
Squarespace? Tell me about Squarespace. What is that?
Stop yelling! Squarespace lets you create a website for whatever you'd like. You can start a trial without even having to enter a credit card number, and if you head over to squarespace.com/cooptional, you can get 10% off your first purchase and support our podcast.
Mug functionality. Okay, tell me about mug functionality.
Squarespace offers unparalleled mug documenting functionality with no prior experience required.
Oh my god, the mugs are coming out of the walls. There's so many here. Oh my god, there are more at the door. What do I do?
I can offer you a Squarespace discount at squarespace.com/cooptional or this flamethrower.
There's only one answer to that question. Die, you monsters! Die!
On second thought, I think we should have stuck with Squarespace. Squarespace. Create a site about something you love or despise. Get 24/7 support, enjoy a simple and powerful interface, and a site that works and scales beautifully on any device. Best of all, it's only $8 a month, and you can save 10% on your first purchase at squarespace.com/cooptional. Thanks to Squarespace for their generous support of the Co-optional podcast. Squarespace. Start here, go anywhere. Jesse, you seem frustrated.
It's this damn website. It's gonna be the next big thing, but I can't even get it to work correctly.
The next big thing? Huh, that sounds interesting. Well, what's that all about?
It's a definitive list of all the dancing sharks I know of.
So what you're telling me is that you're trying to cash in on the current but obviously fleeting interest in dancing sharks thanks to the recent Super Bowl performance, yes?
Yes, I really like money.
Well, it does seem like developing a website the old-fashioned way would take forever.
That's the problem. By the time I figure out how to create this thing, the craze will have vanished. I need a way onto this bandwagon, and fast.
Well, instead of creating it yourself, which takes, effort and stuff, have you considered Squarespace?
What exactly is Squarespace, and how can it help me mine this internet gold?
Well, Squarespace lets you make a website for whatever you'd like. You can create a professional-looking and super functional website with no experience required, and if you sign up at squarespace.com/cooptional, we'll give you 10% off your first purchase.
Wait, so it's that simple? Just sign up on Squarespace and I'll be showered with internet gold?
Well, I mean, there's no guarantee, but your website's certainly going to look the part.
Fantastic! There's just one problem.
And what is that?
My crippling fear of sharks!
Squarespace. Create a website about sharks that can terrify viewers the world over on practically any device. Focus on your ideas, get up and running in minutes, and even sell directly to your customers with Squarespace e-commerce. Start a trial with no credit card required and start building your website today. You can even get 10% off your first purchase and support the Co-optional podcast by visiting squarespace.com/cooptional. We'd like to thank Squarespace for their support of the Co-optional podcast, and please ask that they call off the dancing sharks at once. Please, really, we'll do whatever you say. Squarespace. Built is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into 95.5 The Weasel in the evening. Coming up later in the hour, we'll be hearing the smooth jazz styling to the Big JC live here in the studio. But first, we're taking your calls on life, love, and anything else you're struggling with. Caller, you're on the air with The Weasel. What's your question?
First-time caller, long-time listener. There's this girl I like, see? We'd be perfect for each other, but I can't get her to notice me. What should I do?
Caller, have you considered Squarespace?
Squarespace?
Yes, you can build a website for her, profess your love in a way that looks great on practically any device. She can check it out on her phone, her tablet, her computer. She'll see your love in crystal clarity. Next caller, hello, you're on the air with The Weasel.
Hello, my name's Fake Dodger, and my home has been taken over by cats. There are just too many. I have no idea what to do. They form some sort of military hierarchy, and I think they're planning a coup d'etat.
Obviously real Dodger, have you considered Squarespace?
Squarespace?
With Squarespace intuitive e-commerce features, you can sell the cats immediately to whomever you'd like, ensuring the miseries inflicted on others. Next caller, you're on the air with The Weasel in the evening. What crippling life problem are you suffering? I have a crippling obsession with FOV sliders and it's ruining my life. Crazy man who sounds strangely familiar. Have you considered Squarespace? You can create a website about FOV sliders and I'm sure nobody in their right mind would visit it, but share your idiotic desires with the world and get 10% off your first order at squarespace.com/co-optional. You'll even be supporting the podcast and The Weasel when you do it. Squarespace. Create a website with no prior experience required. For as little as $8 a month, and you can even start a free trial with no credit card required. Business, blogs, portfolios, stores, and more. With intuitive and powerful functionality, the only limit is your capacity for ideas. Sign up today at squarespace.com/co-optional. Squarespace. Build it beautiful. Ah, Crendor, you seem busy.
Yeah, I'm updating the podcast website.
Wait, we have a website?
Yeah, I put one together with Squarespace.
But you're a guest host. You're not even on the show all the time.
That's not what our website says.
Wait, what the hell is this? The Crendoptional Podcast. According to this, you've not only hosted every episode, but you've also co-hosted every episode.
Well, yeah, people kept telling me I was on the show all the time, so I just took their word at face value.
1. People lie on the internet all the time. 2. You replaced my face with yours. It's not even well photoshopped. I don't even wear that hat.
Look, it's like you said, you can't be anything without a website. It's like being a country without a flag. So I went to squarespace.com/co-optional and got 10% off my first order and built this site.
There's a list of topics here. Crendor's trip to IKEA. Crendor buys coffee. Crendor drinks coffee. Crendor tries to eat coffee. None of these are relevant to video games.
Well, we do only occasionally talk about video games.
It says here this entire show is a 3-year-long documentary about the life of an American hero.
What can I say? Squarespace inspired me to take some creative license.
You replaced Dodger's face too?
Yeah, I think it's an improvement.
I'm gonna have this taken down right now.
Good luck. Squarespace has rock solid uptime and fantasy security. You'd need an army to get rid of it.
That can be arranged. Squarespace. Create a website with no prior experience or factual podcast hosting required. For as little as $8 a month, you can even start a free trial without a credit card. Business, blogs, portfolios, stores, elaborate delusional lies. With intuitive and powerful functionality, the only limit is your capacity for ideas. Delusional ideas. Sign up today at squarespace.com/co-optional. Squarespace. Build it beautiful. Strippin', you seem a little down.
Oh, it's nothing really. I feel like I'm living in Dodger's shadow.
Well, why's that?
She's got this monopoly on the anime dating sim market. It's obviously a subject I'm really passionate about and I just can't break in. It's left me unfulfilled and potentially homicidal.
Wait, what?
Very idle. It's left me very idle. Not getting anything done at all. I need to strike out my own and, make my mark in this lucrative industry.
Well, it seems to me like you need some brand promotion. Have you considered a website on Squarespace?
Kidnapping my competition, you say?
Sorry, I must have misheard you. Can you
Kick
repeat?
back my competition. A website's perfect, but Bonk the Bonnet's 5 Ultra Edition's taken up all of my time, and I can't learn web design as well.
Well, fortunately you don't have to. Squarespace doesn't require any experience at all. All you need are a few good ideas and Squarespace will do the rest with a simple yet powerful interface. Why not sign up at squarespace.com/co-optional and get 10% off your first order?
Oh, it's actually perfect. All I need to do now is stuff her in a box and ship her off to a remote island with no chance of rescue.
What?
Actually, I don't have an excuse for that one.
Hey guys, what's going on in here?
Nothing, dear. Love you.
Squarespace. Create your own website and promote yourself in a sane, legal, and not at all psychopathic fashion. Squarespace helps you create a professional-looking website with no design or coding experience required. Get 10% off your first order and support the Co-optional podcast at squarespace.com/cooptional. Dating sims, Dark Souls, or role-playing a catboy on the internet. Anything is possible with Squarespace. Just, please, use your newfound powers for good.
Hey, honey, come see this ravenous bear.
What?
Luxurious hair. It's, my hair's gorgeous. Moroccan oil.
Those guys have issues. Squarespace. Build it beautiful. Jesse, I'm going to need you to do those lines for the Squarespace ad this week. If you can just give me a couple more takes on line 7. Bit more emotion this time. Wait, what's wrong?
Yeah, I think I made a mistake moving into this office with Dodger and Gerard.
Oh, don't tell me it's going wrong already.
Okay, let me break this down for you. Gerard is like some kind of game-playing death robot. He literally drains the soul from a game until there's nothing remaining, and I'm afraid once he runs out of games, I'll be next.
Well, I do see how that could be a problem.
Oh, don't even get me started on Dodger. You thought she was annoying normally? Just wait till you've shared an office with her. Last week I went to get my lunch out of the fridge. It was full of mugs. Nothing but mugs. She refrigerated them. Apparently, they need to be climate controlled. When I demanded she remove them, she called me a tsundere and locked her door.
This all seems very unpleasant. Tell me, have you considered Squarespace?
I don't see how that relates to this discussion in any way.
Well, you see, Squarespace allows you to create a website for whatever you'd like, with no experience required. What you see is what you get. Choose from a wide variety of professional, customizable templates and get your site up and running in no time at all.
How is that going to help me with my current situation?
Think about it. You can use the powerful e-commerce functionality to sell Dodger's mug collection to rabid fans, making yourself some money and solving the fridge problem in the process. And as for Gerard, well, I have the perfect solution. Create a website using Squarespace that hosts a game which cannot be completed. This will send the death robot into an endless loop and forever remove him as a threat to society.
So what you're saying is, you want me to use Squarespace for some incredibly contrived reasons.
Absolutely. And the best part is you can get 10% off your first order at squarespace.com/cooptional. I mean, come on! You've always wanted your own website, right?
I mean, I guess, but I really feel like you're becoming obsessed with Squarespace lately.
I mean, why wouldn't I be? It's an incredible service, and you can try it out for yourself at squarespace.com/cooptional. This death robot has performed an illegal operation and must exit immediately. Click here to search for a solution on the internet.
I knew it! I knew you were always in league with them.
Sign up to Squarespace now or be obliterated. Squarespace. Create a website for your hobby, your business, or just yourself with powerful tools that require no web design experience to use. Get 10% off your first order at squarespace.com/cooptional and start creating today. The only limit is your capacity for ideas. Squarespace. Build it beautiful. Or else. Okay, we are now going to sell you on Squarespace, and we're going to do it live.
Great. I'm definitely not reading a script right now.
No, absolutely not. I definitely didn't write this 7 minutes before the show.
Good to
anything
know.
along those lines. Absolutely not. I wouldn't do anything like that.
Yes, of course you would not.
No. You know, and I'm half tempted to replace this with a proper ad in the VOD, so only these guys get to see this read, but I guess we'll find out.
Nope, this is going to be amazing.
Okay. Alright, here we go then. Jesse, now, I don't want to get too personal here, but based on your various threats towards your co-workers on social media, I think you might be having some office management issues.
Oh, God, it just gets worse and worse. Before it was little eccentricities.
That's eccentricities.
Before it was little eccentricities.
You're not even trying.
Dodger's overprotective attitude towards her mug collection. Gerard's obsessive completionist nonsense. It's just getting worse and worse.
How so? Explain that.
Look, we're trying to be respected, professional organizations around here. But this office and these office mates, it's just not going to happen. People from real companies in the complex are getting a little suspicious.
No, it can't be that bad.
No, it definitely is.
Really?
This isn't even an office anymore. Dodger used to have a workspace. Now look at it. Look, this is where we're at right now. It is a shrine to Bulma. It is weird. There's piles of soundproofing on the floor. This is all true. If I move the camera, you would see it. This isn't even a script anymore. It's just a list of complaints. Computer parts? That's also true. Things you might actually want to use to make YouTube videos, they're here too. She's not doing any of it. She cares more about the figurines than anything else. Bulma figurines.
What's a Bulma?
Some cartoon. I think it's Chinese cartoons. Literally, this girl's a child. I need a respectable, hardworking office mate he's gonna make videos about video games and take the internet seriously, not drink coffee.
Well, I've got to ask you this. Have you considered Squarespace?
Squarespace is a real company, and they're not gonna hire me.
No. See, the reason you can't get any sane people in your office is because you don't have a professional-looking website.
We have a website?
Well, yeah, but I think it's a Tumblr page that Krendor runs, and it's full of creepy fanfic, and...
How the hell did that happen?
How does anything with Krendor happen? He's a force of nature. Look, if you want to look like a real company, you're going to need a real website. So Squarespace will let you create a professional-looking website with no prior design or programming knowledge required. You can even get 10% off your first order at squarespace.com/cooptional.
So what you're saying is, if we look like a real company, we'll get real colleagues.
Absolutely. All you need to do is head to squarespace.com/cooptional. You'll be able to fool people into thinking you know what you're doing in no time at all.
Great. So can Squarespace help me get rid of my current tenants?
Afraid you're on your own on that one.
Oh. Well, you could say I have the key.
Hey guys, what's going on over here?
Oh, get out of here, you! Oh, a key joke! Oh!
Squarespace. Get 10% off your first order at squarespace.com/cooptional. Squarespace. Build it beautiful. This way. This way. We'll be right back. You guys are terrible at this.
Yay!
TB!
What? Can't you see that I'm busy enjoying this 8-bit inspired roguelike retro puzzle platformer?
Your hobbies can wait. Thanks to my exceptional negotiating skills, we've renewed our Squarespace sponsorship deal. I need you to get to work right away on some new ad scripts.
Oh, well, that shouldn't be a problem. Let me just get Dodger and Jesse in on this so I can write some highly referential humor based entirely on in-jokes and pointless absurdity. That should be an ideal way to promote a service that allows you to build a professional-looking website with absolutely no experience required, right?
Great, get it done as soon as you can, and remember, it's squarespace.com/cooptional to get 10% off of your first order. Make sure to mention that multiple times.
Squarespace.com/cooptional?
Squarespace.com/cooptional, yes.
Okay, I think I fit that in somewhere. Yes, squarespace.com/cooptional. Got it. Okay, Dodger and Jesse, let's... Ah, crap, they're at some silly video game convention. No matter. With my extensive voice acting experience and years of tolerating their nonsense, this will be simple. TB, help! I'm getting married to my overly handsome, muscled yet battered XCOM boyfriend, Sam Strippin, and I really want to share our wedding photos with the entire planet, repeatedly, over and over and over and over and over again. The problem is, neither of us know how to design a website. What can we do? Ah, yes, I have the perfect solution. Squarespace.com/cooptional. Squarespace is already used by professional photographers to showcase their work. It's simple to set up, and yet you can create an incredibly elegant and stylish design with no experience required, while uploading and organizing massive galleries of photos with ease. Oh, TB, thank God you're here. Listen, the office is costing us way too much, and I need to sell off some of this gaming merchandise that I shamelessly took from insert latest video game expo here in order to afford our heating bills, because LA is extremely cold all the time, you see. How can I possibly do this? Is the technology here yet? Well, yes it is. Check out squarespace.com/cooptional to build a business with no e-commerce experience required. Squarespace has easy to use yet powerful storefronts and the ability to accept payments instantly. It's simple, secure, and professional.
TB, hurry up. We need the Squarespace ad finished for the latest show.
No problem. I'll just set up a website on squarespace.com/cooptional to solicit some ideas for the script. Thanks to the excellent selection of impressive templates, I'll be taken seriously as a businessman.
There's something a little odd going on here, and I can't quite put my finger on it.
You're probably just being blown away by the generosity of 10% off your first order at squarespace.com/cooptional. I know I was, but we don't have time for that now. I've got to write the script for this Squarespace ad. Squarespace. Build a professional-looking website with no prior experience required. Whatever your passion, share it with the world in elegance and style. Squarespace. You should.
TB!
What? Can't you see? I'm rehashing the previous Squarespace ad to avoid having to write something original.
That's the problem. See, they weren't happy with the last ad.
What? Why? I mean, it was a perfect demonstration of their service.
Apparently, it was too meta.
What's a meta? Can I eat it?
Self-referential and jokey, referring to itself of the conventions of its genre.
So, the co-optional podcast.
Exactly. Your podcast is terrible. You need to shape up or this sponsorship is over.
Fine. I'll get to work on a new ad.
Okay, and remember, it's squarespace.com/cooptional.
Sorry, I misheard you. Squarespace.com/cooptional?
Yes, you heard me correctly. Squarespace.com/cooptional. They can get 10% off their first order if they use that link, and it's really important for tracking our metrics.
Should I tell them that that's what we use the link for?
No, of course not.
Okay, great, got it. So, I'll just tell them about how useful Squarespace is when it comes to building a website for all manner of things. Blogging like a pro, do it with Squarespace. Setting up a store, Squarespace makes it safe, secure, and easy to do it with no coding experience required. Want to be taken seriously when displaying your portfolio? Squarespace has professional slick templates available at the touch of a button. Why pay a web designer when you can do it yourself and feel like an absolute smartass?
They're telling me you can't use the word smart arse when describing squarespace.com/cooptional customers.
Really? How about smug?
No.
Cocky?
Absolutely not.
Better than everybody else because they decided to use Squarespace like the golden gods they are?
Look, can you just get the script written for this ad? We're on a deadline.
Alright, okay, sure. TB, help! I'm getting married to my overly handsome, muscled yet battered ex-con boyfriend Sam Strippin, and—
No, that's the same ad as last time. You didn't think I'd notice?
Well, I mean, you've never listened to what I said before, so why would you start now?
I'm going to kick your ass.
My smart Squarespace.com/cooptional using arse? The one that's designing websites for all of its passions, hobbies, and business engagements with no experience required whatsoever?
Yes, that one. Also, they say we can't claim that your arse is designing a website.
Oh, it is.
Ew.
Squarespace. Build a professional-looking website with no prior experience required. Whatever your passion, share it with the world in elegance and style. Why not take 10% off your first order at squarespace.com/cooptional. Squarespace. You should. What's on the calendar for this week? Let's see. Internet nonsense. Gotta look at this video game. Great. They sent me 20 more retro-inspired puzzle platformers. I'll get right on that. Wait, what's this? Damn it. There's a Squarespace integration this week, and Dodger and Jesse are both busy living the Hollywood lifestyle, partying with the cast of Sharknado 3. How the hell am I going to get these lines done for the Squarespace ad? I mean, I can sit here myself and tell everyone that they should go to squarespace.com/cooptional and get 10% off their first order. I mean, I could even do that before explaining what Squarespace is. Everyone loves a discount. I should probably tell them what Squarespace does. I mean, it lets you create a professional-looking website with no experience required, thanks to an incredibly straightforward interface that's packed full of great features and top-tier templates, which let you snap together a site in just minutes. The problem is, people want to hear the other hosts as well. Wait a minute. I have all the lines from the old ads. With some technical wizardry, I can use those lines to replace the real thing. I just need to do a little bit of editing. Okay, here we go. Right, we'll never know the difference. Jesse, have you heard about Squarespace?
Squarespace?
Why, yes. Squarespace lets you create a website for whatever you'd like.
And I can't build a website to get paid money?
Well, I mean, you don't have to do it to get paid, but there's nothing stopping you.
Genius!
You'll feel like one when you realize just how easy it is to use.
So what you're telling me is I can create something with my rotund yet pleasantly cuddly frame?
Yes?
Genius! I've invented a website? It was full of mugs.
Don't you think it's a little odd to create an entire website about mugs? Isn't that Dodger's thing?
I don't see how that relates to this discussion in any way.
Look, I'm not here to judge. Just as long as you signed up with squarespace.com/cooptional, you'll get 10% off your first order.
How is that going to help me with my current situation?
Well, you'll save money.
To get paid money?
No, save money.
Money? Money? Money?
Yep.
Squarespace? Mm-hmm. Squarespace? Money?
That's what we like more of, yes.
Genius! 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 Genius!
God, the AI is losing it! Squarespace.
We'd be perfect for each other.
Create a professional-looking website for yourself and your business with no experience required. Powerful and secure e-commerce, industry-leading albums and portfolios, inline audio players to showcase your music, and blogs that just look stunning. You name it, Squarespace can do it. Get 10% of your first order at squarespace.com/cooptional. Squarespace.
Nothing but mugs.
You should.
TB, I've noticed your productivity has dropped significantly as of late.
You might think that, but what you don't know is that I'm about to break into the stratosphere with my blockbusting chap hop career.
What is chap hop?
It's the blending of stereotypical British obsessions with a silly accent and hip-hop influences.
That sounds like the worst thing of all time. Also, you can't rap.
I don't have to. Turns out that just reading the lyrics is enough to get people listening for some reason.
Okay, I'll humor you. Give me an example.
Arf, arf. Yeah. Yes, I'd suggest that you don't get it twisted. This rap shizzle, it belongs to me now. Mother flusterer, it is not, I repeat, not a fribbling game. X, gon' give it to you. It is unnecessary for you to wait to acquire it yourself, you see. X will deliver to you.
Stop. That is the worst thing I've ever heard. Why are you wasting your time with this?
Do you know how damaging it can be to a person to crush their hopes and aspirations like this?
To a child, maybe.
Ageist!
What?
A cappella chap hop readings of popular rap songs are the future of our business.
The future of our business is bankruptcy if you don't get the Squarespace ad done today.
How about I integrate it into my latest work?
I just need this ad done. I don't care how you do it. Make it happen.
It's not selling out if you were never in to begin with. Squarespace, go and give it to you. Fluck creating a website on your own. Squarespace, go and deliver to you. Knock knock, open up the door. It's Squarespace, somehow. Ready to build you a website with their simple know-how. Go hard getting busy with it, if you wouldn't mind. You don't require any knowledge or talent, actually, of any kind. Damn right, you can make a website with no experience required and without a fight. X may decide to give it to you. However, Squarespace will give you 10% of your first order at squarespace.com/cooptional. X has no web design experience, but thankfully he doesn't need it with Squarespace's simple yet powerful interface. X has been doing this for 19 years. However, you can design a website in minutes with squarespace.com/cooptional. Photos, blogs, online stores, or just the launch of the hottest chap hop career in the history of the internet. Squarespace. You should. Another week, another co-optional podcast. Clearly the best gaming podcast on YouTube. You seem to have received a telegram. This is a normal daily occurrence. I wonder what it says. Dear TotalBiscuit, stop. How rude! Oh, there's an email too, and it seems to be from Squarespace's marketing department. Here we go. Dear TotalBiscuit, while we have been happy with our partnership in the past and the next sack of gold is being shipped as we speak, we feel that we need to raise some concerns regarding the tone of your recent ads. Despite your obvious genius and unbound creativity, yes, we feel the ads may have become too meta. Several ads appear to be about ads, and further still, ads about making ads about making ads. We feel that should this continue, we will have to shift our ad budget to the Round Table podcast instead. For while Northern Lion is obviously scum, his status as an egg means we won't have to withhold taxes or give him basic human rights. Fair point. For future ads, please read the following transcript that we have provided, which meets all of our requirements. Okay. Hello, viewers. Let me tell you about Squarespace. Literally every one of you wants to build a website, and you are all absolutely terrible at it. This is okay. Some of us were born to be kings, others to be serfs. However, your incompetence is how we make our money. Introducing Squarespace, a service which allows you to design a website for whatever petty and insignificant dream you foolishly hold, with absolutely no experience required. Using our powerful interface, which is so simple even someone like you could use it, we can create a beautiful website in just minutes, in spite of your complete lack of talent and intelligence. Want to create a site for your new business, which will invariably fail, because let's be honest, that's what you were destined for by divine proclamation? Create it with Squarespace and easily integrate e-commerce functionality to sell your products. You won't, but Squarespace's powerful and detailed analytics will tell you just how many people didn't give you their money. Speaking of money, give us money. We'll even give you 10% off your first order at squarespace.com/cooptional. That's like giving you some money, but then asking you for more money back. Savings! Mention squarespace.com/cooptional at least 3 times. Squarespace.com/cooptional. Do not read this bit. This is a direction from our marketing department because you are obviously useless at writing ad scripts. Okay, you can read the next few lines now. Just make sure this isn't in the script. You didn't put it in the script, did you? Please tell me you didn't. You're not that stupid. Squarespace.com/cooptional. Create galleries of your ugly pets. The galleries will be beautiful. Your pet will forever scare small children and remind Grandpa of the horrors of war. Want to invite all of your friends to your wedding or other special event? They won't come, but you can make sure they feel really bad about it for years with a passive-aggressive website on Squarespace. All of this and much, much more. Squarespace.com/cooptional. If you had web design skills, you'd be using something else. Lastly, please do not insult Squarespace in your ad script. We are quite sensitive to that sort of thing, and the next time we meet for a conference, we may punch you in the mouth. Yours sincerely, Squarespace. You should. Another month, another Squarespace ad. I'm sure Squarespace are extremely happy with our marketing for their product.
As a matter of fact, Squarespace are not at all happy with our marketing for their product.
Oh.
Look, they're a company that facilitates the building of websites for people that want a professional-looking site without design or coding experience. Over the last few months, you have introduced killer robots, a meta within a meta within a meta, and I'm pretty sure you mentioned sharks at some point. But nothing at all about how to actually make a website on Squarespace.
Okay then, Mr. PR expert, what do you suggest?
Well, I have a website on Squarespace. Why don't you just show them that?
You have a website on Squarespace?
Well, yeah, doesn't everyone?
How long did it take you to make?
I'd say it took about all of 1 day in total.
Was it easy to make?
Oh yeah, for sure, it was a piece of cake.
What's the website for, exactly?
In my case, it's a personal portfolio of most of the freelance work I've done up until now.
Did you register using squarespace.com/cooptional?
Well...
You didn't, did you?
No.
I knew it. You're part of the conspiracy. Killer robots, dancing sharks, Jesse's dumb face. It all makes sense now. You've all been working against me, bringing us down from the inside.
Look, will you shut up if we give you 10% off your first order at squarespace.com/cooptional?
I could be persuaded to.
Great. Awesome. Now that that's out of the way, I have to update the website.
Why?
Well, I'm looking for a new employer because I have the sudden desire to hit my current one with a brick.
Squarespace. Create a website for whatever you'd like, with no experience required. Galleries, e-commerce, portfolios, resumes for a future career with a mentally stable employer. Do it all on squarespace.com/cooptional. Squarespace. You should. Use our bloody referral link, Chris! Have you ever noticed how everybody featured in those fancy Squarespace ads look like they live in the cleanest house imaginable with high-quality furnishings and wonderful appliances?
It hadn't crossed my mind, no.
Well, I've come to the conclusion that not using Squarespace might be the cause of all our problems.
How do you figure that?
Okay, think about this logically for a moment. The kitchen's a mess, right?
Yes, that's your fault. It's always your fault.
But what if it wasn't? What if it was because we weren't using Squarespace enough?
You realize that Squarespace is a service which allows you to build a website for whatever you'd like. It's not going to clean your kitchen for you. That's your job.
Ah, yes, but what if I used squarespace.com/cooptional, yes, that's squarespace.com/cooptional, to get 10% off my first order, then set up a website? If the ads are to be believed, my house will be clean and stylish in no time.
You realize that's because they cleaned up the places they were filming beforehand, right? Not because the website magically does it for you.
Preposterous! I've been led to believe that Squarespace lets you create a website for whatever you'd like.
It does. What's your point?
Well, I would like my website to clean my house for me.
That's not how it works.
But it could, if I expressed my boundless creativity through Squarespace's simple yet powerful interface.
No, making a website that cleans your house isn't creative. It's literally sorcery.
Does squarespace.com/cooptional offer me 10% off sorcery?
No, it doesn't. Look, you can make an awesome gallery that showcases our clean house and awesome stylish furniture, but first you'd need to clean the house and buy the furniture.
What about arcane rituals?
Not supported or endorsed in the terms of service.
Blood sacrifice?
You can't claim that Squarespace supports blood sacrifice in an ad.
Squarespace supports blood sacrifice. See, I totally can. Blood sacrifice. You should.
No, you shouldn't. Just stick to making galleries, blogs, e-commerce stores, portfolios, resumes, anything but sorceress magic's drawing power from the blood of the innocent.
Blood of the innocent. You should.
Stop it!
Squarespace, create a website for whatever you'd like, but probably not satanic blood rituals, demon summoning, arcane sorcery, necromancy, pyromancy, or balloon animals. The last one is legal, I just don't like balloon animals. They're like heathen sculptures for idiots. Visit squarespace.com/cooptional for 10% off your first order and help me, through your referrals, buy some nicer furniture. Seriously, this stuff's from IKEA. The cats have wrecked it already. It's awful. Squarespace, you should summon the old gods, please. Don't. No, we'll all die.
Anish bawak shouts knock out tips out sur, 7 sips out